Okay, what I'm working on today is a concrete pad that I'm installing, and the purpose of the pad is to install the whole house generator system. I live in the southern United States, and we had several really bad back-to-back storms this year, and one of the storms knocked the power out for about a day and a half. So we've decided to get a whole house generator system installed, and I will be working on the pad. I've had a difficult time getting people to come out to actually even look at the site, give me an estimate, so I've just decided to do it myself. I've never poured concrete before, so this is the first time. The pad will be 3x4, and I'm going to install it right there in that area, right adjacent to the air conditioning units. Is the depth will be 4 inches, and I purchased everything that I need for the project yesterday, so I will be removing the pine straw as well as the vegetation. I have to remove that one shrub there in the front, and I have the form that I'll be setting up here very shortly, getting everything level, putting it on the gravel base, and I'll provide updates along the way. I've been studying this for a while, and I know exactly what I need to do to get it completed. So I'll be providing updates along the way. So with that, stay tuned. Okay, I have my form boards cut, and I have some 2x4s that I secured from a site that's under construction. I have a neighbor and a friend who has a home under construction in the subdivision, and I just went over and got some scrap material from his trash pile. And again, the pad is going to be 3 feet by 4, and I've cut I cut 4-foot boards, and then I cut 39 inches for the sides. So the 3 additional inches is for the thickness of the 2x4s. So it's exactly 3x4. And what I will do now is go on and put some screws in the form and get it completely assembled, and then I'll go and place it in the area where I'm going to dig out. So we'll come back in just a bit with another update. Okay, I have the form there in place. I still need to dig it out to get everything level, get the vegetation out of there. The plant that was there right where the edge of the form is, I moved it up maybe a foot or so. So have everything ready now to get it level. So I'll start shoveling the soil out and get everything leveled and get it in place. Stay tuned. Okay, another update on the project that I'm working on. You can see here, I have some stone in the bottom of the forms that I've placed, and now what I need to do is cut this wire, the steel wire that you see there on top, and I need to find a wire cutter, and it will fit just inside of there, probably about an inch away from the foundation, from the form rather. And once I get that wire cut, I will be at a point where I'm ready to mix and pour my concrete. So just a quick update regarding this next step, so stay tuned. Okay, now that it's cooled down a bit to 98 degrees, I'll continue working on this project. Of course, I'm being a little facetious, but it is really hot today, 98 degrees here in Mississippi. So I've taken the next step here. I've installed the wire in the bottom, and I have my pan and cement here. And so I am about to start mixing here, and hopefully I can pick this pan up once I get it. The water applies to it. Each bag weighs about 50 pounds, and it's somewhat heavy. But this pan seems to be made out of pretty good material, so it should work out really well. I purchased this at I think it was Home Depot is where I purchased the pan. No, actually it was Lowe's. It was the smaller pan. So I'll just mix one bag at a time, and then we'll pour it into the form. I thought about putting some stakes around the form earlier, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think it's necessary for such a small form. It's not going to take a lot to fill it, and it's not going to be a lot of weight pushing out on the side. So I'm going to actually forego that step, but I will come back shortly with an update. Stay tuned. Okay, I decided to record the mixing of the concrete. So I'm just going to show mixing of one batch here. Just moving everything out of the way. And let's see. Oh, I have a hoe. Okay. All right, ready to apply water. Just gonna mix it up a little bit. And as I said earlier, I've never poured concrete before, so this is my very first time doing this. And I'm just gonna get everything mixed in real good. Looks like I need to add just a little bit more water. Yep, pretty dry. Let's add just a little more. I think I might have added just a little bit too much, but it's not bad. Okay, it's pretty soupy. Just gonna ensure that it's all mixed in well. Okay. Gonna pour this first batch into the form. I'm just gonna lift my wire just a bit. Ensure that it's away from the edges, and also slightly elevate it within the form. And I'm just gonna put some rocks underneath. And the same on this corner over here. Okay, I think I'm ready now. See if I can lift this. Somewhat heavy and awkward, but not bad. Whew. So I'm going to do this several more times. Will not bore you and recording each bag that I process here, but I will just mix up one more, and then I will shut the camera off and just come back once I get the form completely filled. Actually, there's one step that I forgot to do, and I'll do that right now. So let me shut the camera off and I'll come right back and I'll tell you about the next step. Okay, I'm back. I almost forgot this one step that I want to take, and that will be adding some olive oil to the form. And what that will do is basically just help release the boards, the form boards, when I take them off later. It's not required, but it's just going to make for an easier release. And I just have a cheap brush that I purchased from, I think I got this from Harbor Freight yesterday. And then this is the olive oil that I'm using here. And also it has to be extra virgin olive oil. If you use anything else, it won't work. Of course, I'm kidding. But it doesn't matter. This is the only thing that my wife had available. So I'm just going to apply this on the form, and should work just fine. I'll just remove these flags now. And I'm just applying as liberal as possible, top to bottom. There's no exact science or anything to this. Again, this is just going to help release the boards from the concrete once it's cured. Okay. Okay, this last side here. I think any kind of vegetable oil also will work just fine here. And some people, I heard, will use motor oil, but I think I just wanted to use something that's more environmentally friendly, and should work the same. Okay, have that all placed there. Now I'll mix up another bag of concrete. Add the water. I stepped on the wire when I was applying the oil, but I think it's okay. I'm not going to worry about trying to reposition it or anything. Just going to mix this all in real good.
I applied the perfect amount of water this time. It's mixing up really well. It's extremely hot today. As I mentioned earlier, it's 98 degrees, humid, clear day for the most part, so there's no little chance of rain today. So a perfect day to pour a concrete pad. Okay, that looks really good. Let me get that poured. Okay, I'm going to shut off the camera, but I think you can see how it's going to go. I'll come back once I get everything poured. Stay tuned. Okay, I have the concrete poured, and I'm just trying to ensure that all the crevices are filled and smoothing it out as much as possible. This is just a 2x4 that I cut, so it's a small amount of gravel floating on top here, and I'm just going to work it until I can get it all smooth out here. Okay, I think I'll just run it across a couple more times, but it seems to have filled in any crevices that were remaining. And I'm just going back and forth in a saw motion. Okay, that looks good. And I will just allow that to set for a little bit and get more established, and then I'll come back and take the next step on this. But it looks really good. It was fairly easy, and I think I bought 10 bags of concrete mix, and I think I use 8 bags, 8.5 bags. So I have just a little bit of concrete left over. But so far, very pleased with the way everything is looking. So I'll come back with an update shortly. Stay tuned. Okay, back for another update. I've completed one run over with the trowel and tried to get everything smooth a little bit more. And so I have this edging tool here that I'm now going to use and try to put a nice edge around it. And this is going to be the first run for that, and then I'm going to come back and clean it up a little bit later. So I'm just going to hug it up against the form on the inside. And I'm kind of pressing down a little bit. It's not cutting as smooth as I would like, but it's okay. I think I just waited a little bit too late, but it's still going in. Okay, I've made my first run, and it's a little bit rough, but it's okay. I am going to just work to get it more smooth, but I just want to have a somewhat defined edge around the top, and I'm going to work with this now and get it more smooth, and come back later for another update. Stay tuned. Okay, I've broomed it just slightly once, and it's drying really well. Pretty pleased with it. It's not perfect, but it's gonna more than serve the purpose. So I'm just using the weight of the brush to broom it, and occasionally a small pebble will pop up out of the concrete, and I just basically brush it off of the pad. But it looks really good, and I'm just gonna stop for now, and I'll come back in just a bit and brush it again. But overall, it's looking really good. So I'll come back later with another update. Okay, it is the next day. We got a little rain early this morning, and the temperature is much better today. Not as humid, and very nice temperature. What I'm going to do now is remove the forms from around the pad here. Again, this is my first time ever pouring a pad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. So I'll just take these screws out. Okay. It released without a problem. Very easy. Okay, as you can see, it looks pretty good. Again, it's not perfect, but it's definitely going to serve the purpose of providing a base for a whole house generator. And I will let it continue to cure for a few days, and then I'll let the electrician know that the pad is ready, and we'll begin the process of installing the whole house generator, and probably make a couple of videos on that also, just to share information regarding the generator. The one that we're getting installed is Briggs and Stratton. It's a 26 kilowatt, I think, system, but it's supposed to power the entire house, and it's going to be operated off of natural gas. As you could see right over there next to the air conditioning units is where the gas meter is located. So a plumber is going to come and run a pipe from there over to the pad here. So that's it. Again, just wanted to provide this quick update. If you have any questions, suggestions, anything, please drop them in the comments.